Hey, it's Alan again from LearnKoreanFast.com, and today I want to talk in this video about some tones and rhythms and accents that we're really used to in English and in lots of other languages, but in Korean it's just not as prevalent. Now, there are a couple of times that you'll hear tones and some differences in rhythm and speed, and some of that's regional. But for the most part, you get a very, very unaccented, very evenly spaced out way of speaking. Now, as I said, it could be a lot shorter because it comes out so fast, but you don't get a lot of accented words. Like in English, it's sometimes easier to discern what's the important word or what's really being asked or accentuated because of the accents that we'll hear. So I went to the movies means the accent is on I, so that's the most important part. So I went to the movies. Then we get just a little more accent, but you don't get that a lot in Korean. And the other part is that we don't have accents on separate syllables in Korean like we do in English. So for example, with an English noun, in particular, like a two-syllable noun, something like apple, most of the time, 99.99% of the time, we're going to get that first syllable of the two-syllable noun with accent. So apple. And we'll hear this a lot if you know any non-native English speakers. You'll often hear that. They'll either say apple, apple with the same accent, or apple, 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 where they'll accent the second syllable because it's a stress, and they're just not aware that that's the proper way for it to be pronounced. And sometimes this can actually affect our ability to understand or to be understood is by misplacing that accent. So with Korean, it's not robotic, but it is very rhythmic, very spaced out in a very evenly kind of way. So let's just take a couple of quick words here for examples here, right? That we have like sagwa, subak, and hobak. I'm in the mood for food, so I use some foods here. So sagwa is apple. We already mentioned apple, so I thought we'd go with that. And subak, which is watermelon, and hobak, which is pumpkin. And later on, you might start to figure out that that bak has something to do with those gourd type plants. And so there are a few of them in Korean where you're just changing the su and the ho at the front to get a couple of different kinds of vegetables, right? So we get sagwa, 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 subak, hobak. Right? So we don't really get any differentiation in the tones. If you want to know about what's considered basically the standard dialect, generally it's considered Seoul, right? So even Seoul, we say in English Seoul, but the capital city, Seoul, is considered to be the place that's the home of the main dialect. So news announcers and television personalities tend to use that dialect. It's also a little bit recognizable if you get outside of Seoul. You can hear that people their pronunciation is a little bit like going to the south part of America or going to the northeast part, and you can hear a slight difference in the way that things are pronounced or the tones that are used. So Seoul dialect is considered the standard dialect for Korea. Okay, so that's for our quick video for now. So I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please click that like, hit subscribe, share, and also there are links below. You can visit LearnKoreanFast.com and get a couple of free things to help you with your Korean study. And you can always check out my book. There's a link there to Amazon, and help me out so I can keep doing videos for you. So until next time, 다음에 봅시다.